Welcome to the Consult Before the Cut, your go-to podcast for all things anti-aging, aesthetics, and plastic surgery. I'm Dr. Jonathan Weiler, a board-certified plastic surgeon with over 15 years of experience.
I am Taylor Besh, physician's assistant and expert injector at Weiler Plastic Surgery.
And I'm Brittany DeSherry, nurse and COO over at Rejuvime Medical. Each week, we'll dive deep into the latest trends, expert insights, and real stories from the world of beauty and wellness. So grab a seat at the consult room and let's discover the secrets of timeless beauty together. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Consult Before the Cut.
Welcome.
We are back here. It is, I do just want to let y'all know that this podcast is going to air and my birthday's the day after. So
Really?
no big deal.
I mean, Grace, you better remind us when it's...
Are you approaching any milestones?
I'm 39. I'll be 39.
It's close.
Yeah. Before we get into that, obviously I want to thank our sponsors, Rejuvime Medical. Your largest, your biggest, all the things in Louisiana, the greatest. Hormone replacement therapy, GLP-1s, peptides, aesthetic injectables, everything that you need to just live that life to the fullest, which we are all trying to do.
Longevity.
The longevity
We'll talk
medicine.
about that in one of our podcasts.
We have 11 locations, soon to be 12 in the state of Louisiana and 1 in Mississippi.
Gulf
We
Coast.
are getting that Gulf Coast, conquering the Gulf Coast one state at a time. Also, we obviously want to thank Weiler Plastic Surgery Group,
Yes.
the largest plastic surgery group in the state of Louisiana with 5 board-certified plastic surgeons, expert injectors, estheticians to keep you feeling absolutely amazing in your looks and your appearances and getting everything that you've always wanted at your
Yes.
Weiler Plastic Surgery Group.
Be your best.
Yes, no, when this airs, it'll be December 2nd. Back to important business. When this airs, it'll be my birthday the day after.
So I would imagine like you're gonna have your birthday person.
I am a birthday
Are you a big
person.
birthday person?
So every year for my birthday, there's six girls. We go to Galatoire's, which is a restaurant in New Orleans. They are known for their lunch, their Friday lunch. It's a thing. It's an event, especially during the holiday season.
Yes.
So every year,
fun.
the first Friday in December, we go to Galatoire's.
And don't you wear something on your head?
So it's not necessarily something on my head as
Is
it
that
is
random?
an entire theme.
Yeah, okay, it is.
So one year we did like a disco thing where I had like this disco we did disco Christmas where I had like a disco captain's hat. One year we did silk pajamas with like the fur. We did that and we did have like little top hats for that.
What is this year's theme?
This year's theme is the Nutcracker. But what is taking place is all the girls that we're going with, they're all dressing as toy soldiers. And they all got their outfits in. They're so good. And so they're going to be dressed as toy soldiers, and I will be dressed as something else.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm not telling y'all. It's a secret.
I know what it is. What am I
It's
gonna
a
say?
Stop. Don't say it. It is a secret. I'll tell you what it is later. But
Okay.
I don't want them to know.
Oh, my gosh, I'm so excited.
okay,
I don't want them to
So
know.
this is 39.
This is 39.
Oh, 40 is going to be
have
big.
you already been planning? Are you doing something different? Or are you going to keep the tradition next year?
I will still go to Galatoire's next year for my birthday, for my 40th birthday, but we are going to San Sebastian, Spain, for my 40th birthday.
The six
Excuse me?
girls? The 6 girls?
No, me and my spouse. Me and my spouse and a
That'd
couple
be
of our friends are going to
awesome.
go to San Sebastian. I've always
And
always
remind me
wanted to
why
go.
San Sebastian?
I've
You told
always
me the
wanted to go to
story.
San Sebastian. I think it's a beautiful. It's right on it's in the northern.
I know. I need to
Like in
look
the
at
northern
where
little
this...
nook of Spain, and they have this huge.
On the Mediterranean or
It's
is it
on
on the
No, it's on the other side.
ocean?
It's on the ocean side.
On the ocean side,
And
okay.
because they have like this huge, like big bay that's in there, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I want to do nothing but drink gin and tonics and eat salted meat that has been hanging in windows. The Hamlet, the
$20,000 ham leg they
yes.
make up in Spain.
Because
Yeah.
like this is so like,
Yeah.
and do you know that San Sebastian has the most Michelin star restaurants per capita than any other city in the entire
my
world?
gosh.
And I went to go, and I just want to eat salted meats and like I
So
said,
this
drink
is
gin and tonics.
This is a
and-
beach trip. Like you will pretty much be
well,
on the water.
It
And
depends because if we do, the best times to go are
It's a little north
either,
of us, so it's going to be a little cooler.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool. So they do
It's
have the summer
warmer.
months, and so
Yeah.
that's kind of what we were talking about. Do we go in the fall? The fall's like a really big time to go. It's a very busy season for them.
Yeah.
Or do we go in the winter for my birthday and just enjoy it?
Yeah.
You know, and enjoy the
How
winter
fun.
weather. But I've been telling Josh, I know for many, many, many years that for
That's
my
where you
40th
wanna be.
birthday.
I think go for your. I think like we live in the South. We're beachy. We're you know what I'm saying, like.
See, but I'm not beachy. I'm going to the mountains next week.
No, I know.
Tomorrow.
I'm saying, but like
I'm going to the mountains
I wouldn't
tomorrow.
go like there's like the Mediterranean's like can be a beach trip or it can be like a European trip. I would do the European.
I would do the European.
I wouldn't make it beachy. That's my point.
No. I don't do. I don't care.
Yeah,
about
like, so
it.
I would
No.
go in the winter. I think
No, because I want to be
probably go in the winter.
stuffed
Go in the holiday season
so
would be fun.
full
of Michelin.
salted
Oh my
Salted
gosh.
meat and drink.
Because
and
okay, so like
gin.
you can walk through the streets of San Sebastian and like the shops just
Yeah.
have all the meat hanging in the
Yeah.
windows because it's
And cut you a little
salted
slice.
by the ocean breeze.
Stop.
And I'm like, what type of
It sounds freaking
utopia
gross to me,
is
though.
this? No,
You are very you're very
Taylor.
much a foodie.
I
You are.
do enjoy food,
Yeah.
and I didn't eat food. Like I didn't eat food in general until I met Josh.
Really?
I just didn't eat.
Is he a big foodie too?
We went to so for our honeymoon, we were supposed to go to the BVI. The week before we got married, the BVI got leveled by
Okay, yeah, by the
by a
hurricane.
huge hurricane.
Yep,
Got
you're right.
leveled by a huge hurricane. Our resort, everything done. And so we had to kind of like switch it up. And so we got married in April. That winter, we ended up going to Chicago. We went to Chicago for a little bit of an extended period. And the reason that we had gone to Chicago is because Josh wanted to go eat at a restaurant called Alinea. Alinea was the #1 restaurant in the world for like 3 years in a row. And we went, and it was us and some friends of ours, and we went up to Chicago and ate. It was a 4-hour dinner. It was the best dinner I think that I've ever eaten in my whole entire
Was it
life.
was it worth it?
worth
It
it.
was the best.
Taylor, it
Tasting.
was amazing. You can't
Stop
break
breaking
stuff. You can't break it. No,
But it was
the-
like a death row meal.
it was
My wife has a saying, what's your death row meal?
what's your death row meal?
It would be a linea.
What would, okay, I thought
No, I'm going. No, we got to get into this. What is your death row meal? Don't say
I'm
fish. I
very
swear to God.
simple. I am
Do not say
very
boiled
simple.
eggs.
No,
Don't say
Ruth's Chris, petite filet, medium rare, cream spinach, mushrooms, Brussels. Boom. It's like 100%.
Really?
What's yours?
I got 2 of them. I'm either doing like the world's best pancakes I got in Nashville with bacon. I love breakfast. Or I'm going, I know it sounds,
Wait, Nashville has the best pancakes?
there was this pancake place that I went to and lived in Nashville for a couple of months. It was incredible. Incredible.
He's a simple man.
I am. Or like hamburger.
a hamburger.
Like the best, like there's nothing better. There's a place in New Orleans and it's like Lakeview Harbor hamburger. It just depends. Like I love a great
a good hamburger.
hamburger. It's just and like a grated cheddar cheese and like cold tomato, mayonnaise.
Crispy lettuce.
Like, oh,
I have like the
that's just 2. That's simple.
I
What's
love
yours?
it.
My death row meal is it's a specific dish from a restaurant in
you go.
San Francisco. The restaurant is called SPQR. It is an Italian restaurant, and they have an octopus and tagliatelle dish. And I have been chasing this dish, something familiar with it, since I had it, and I had this dish 12 years ago.
Wow.
You are definitely a foodie. You can tell
Okay,
the
I was about to
simpleness-
say
the simpleness.
foodie.
That is what I want, but it is
Tagliatelle
the one.
would just
It is
say
the
octopus and
one
something.
dish that I want.
That's amazing, though.
That's good.
And the
All right,
restaurant's
all
still
right.
open, thank God.
You're making me hungry.
All right, I know. Okay, so wait, we have to talk about this. Is like super huge. Back
Who-
to actually what we're doing here.
Who's with us?
We have Ebony here with us today. She is a wonderful, beautiful nurse practitioner at our Lake Charles Clinic for Rejuvime Medical. She has joined us today because the most amazing thing has happened. This is the biggest alert. Everybody needs to stop what you're doing. Everybody needs to listen. The FDA,
Groundbreaking news,
the
guys.
FDA was wrong. The FDA was wrong, and they have been suppressing women over the last 50 years.
They have apologized.
and they
They
have
have-
apologized,
For
and
what?
for that, for taking the black box warning off of estrogen therapy. So with that being said, of course, mine didn't do it. There we go. Like, the most amazing news, y'all. This is insane.
This is
First of all, the FDA
Truly.
apologizing is like a man apologizing. So let's just start there. That is just something that is
so.
not going
Repeat
to
what
happen.
you said because that was
Okay.
a little chaos. Repeat it
Because
again.
it's that crazy.
It's that huge.
It is that crazy. So the FDA recently came out and said they were wrong. Basically, that's the gist. They're wrong.
They're wrong about what?
Estrogen has had a black box warning on it, which if y'all don't know what a black box warning is, this is a huge thing on like medicines and stuff that's a very high alert. When you see these black box warnings, it's typically associated with a terrible side effect, a terrible...
for instance, cigarettes.
Cigarettes have a black box
warning on them.
That's what we're
Smoke
saying.
at your own risk.
This is what this is being compared to. So the FDA came out and they said that, one, the studies were outdated. The studies were outdated. The studies were not studied on the appropriate individuals. And all of this is what we've been going off of. And I can say this at Rejuvime, there have been many of conversations that we've had and being told, well, my other doctor said that this is going to kill me.
Right.
This is going to cause cancer and it's going to kill. And it's all this kind of, it's like, no, it's not.
Right.
No, it's not, because it needed to, we had to have that proper education. Right. And so now for the FDA to come out and say this is so huge. This is such a huge moment for women around the entire universe, that this is now being accepted as it should have been 50 years ago.
This is basically the FDA, a governmental agency that was primarily run by white men.
Food and Drug Administration.
Right, Food and Drug Administration, that had labeled hormone replacement for women as dangerous.
Yes.
As risk for cancer, as unnecessary, as a threat to your health, right?
Which is just not true.
And I have always called this a lie. This has been perpetuated by traditional medicine.
Yep.
Yes.
So a lot of your OBs, right? A lot of your internal family practice medicine doctors.
Yep.
At Rejuvime and myself personally, we've always been a proponent of hormone replacement, whether it's male or female. There are some very small risks that can be managed and monitored that are associated with any medications you ever take, right? But these things are life-giving, not life-taking away, right? And that's the best way to say it. It is something that not only
it's an asset,
to your life. It actually improves, and it's actually good for you. This is like, I don't know if it's ever been done before.
That the FDA
I know, I was going to say, have you ever heard
I'm not
of...
an FDA expert, but damn. I mean, they apologized.
Chat GPT, that Grace.
Yeah. I mean,
has the FDA ever
apologized before? And like, this is a monumental shift in medicine.
It is. And I think that it's so important because like I know we talk about it all the time, even in the industry that we're in, how, women sometimes are just, told to shh.
Grin and bear it.
Grin and bear it. It's what it is. It's what you do. And it's like, that's not what you have to do. And, over the years being with Rejuvime and stuff like that, I started noticing it was either you were in or you're either in on it or you're out. So we would have some OBs, some GYNs. They've never done that before.
Depending on how you define apology. The FDA hasn't put out a traditional "we're sorry" apology, but they're reversing or removing black box warning like we're talking about.
Boom.
Yeah, this
sorry.
is the first
they
time.
said they were sorry. That's because with this, Taylor, this goes back to our we don't care.
Yeah.
This goes back to the we don't care. This goes back to
This is almost like, look, I'm not trying to be like they never commented on testosterone for men, right? Or ED pills for men. This is, I don't want like women's suffrage, but damn, this is like right to vote kind of deal. This is big.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely
This is big. This is like, because I think women were told, prepare for your second half of your non-sexual, non-me.
Yeah.
You're here to just take care of the grandkids and cook and clean for your husband. And I think that was the prevalent attitude.
I think that this has kind of been, the black box warning was a crutch for older traditional medicine to just lean on and say, there's a black box warning, I'm not going there. Right. And this is going to challenge physicians across the world to step up and say, okay, gosh, we got to get on board because it's here. And like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And so like I said, over the years working with Rejuvime, I really found that, your OBGYNs and everything like that, they were either for or against it. There was never maybe this is good, maybe it's not. It was either like, yeah, I'm here, I support it, or it was like, no, you'll die. Yeah. And we started seeing that. And it was really the ones that were supportive of, hormone replacement therapy and everything like that. The next level was, but I don't want to deal with it. So go find somebody that deals with it. And so even when, even when those physicians were on board with it, it was like
they weren't fully on board.
They were like, but I'm not going to do it. You need to go find somebody to do it. And so, still, even with that support of your OB, you still have to go find somebody that's going to do it for you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say the reason is because I'll be quite frank, it's hard.
It's
hormone
so hard.
replacement in a female done properly, and we're going to talk to Ebony about
Ebony's
this.
going to give us her 2 cents.
Right.
Yeah.
It is a time-consuming, difficult proposition of constant. It's like cooking.
Yes.
Different ingredients. Turn the heat up. Turn the heat down.
Yep.
Roller coaster.
It's a process.
And it's a roller coaster. And I know
Right.
we've talked about this before. As you're going through perimenopause, nothing is just like consistent.
But the other thing I want to say is, if you think about this, there's been an entire pharmaceutical world built around not replacing hormones. Hot flash medicine.
Correct.
Bone density medicine.
Correct.
Cardiac medicine.
Correct.
All those things that,
Hormones could have helped in
right.
the first place.
all right, let's bring it around.
Sorry, that's us. We don't feel passionate about this or anything of the sort. But Ebony, you are in this every day. You are dealing with it. What are your thoughts? Like when you saw that, because it was splashed all over social media, the news, it was everywhere. When you saw that, what was your thought initially? Like, oh my God.
I was super excited, not only for me, but like for my patients, because a lot of times they would come in with the fear because that black box warning was there. So like you guys said, it was the fear of, well, I would like to feel better and I would like a different way, a different lifestyle, but they were scared because that warning was there. So when that warning was lifted, it was like a breath of fresh air. Like, gosh, I finally have patients come in and feel comfortable and safe to do so.
I love that. I absolutely love that. I absolutely hate that that's what it came to, but nonetheless, it's like
no, it's thank goodness they had enough to admit and pivot.
Yeah.
And I think they know enough or they hear enough to be afraid, and they don't know the truth behind it. They're just kind of going off what physicians have said along their life, their healthcare journey.
I'm going to say this: so many, and this is going to get me maybe in hot water, but so many physicians, surgeons, or medical protocols are based on archaic studies done 50 years ago because people are fearful of change, of challenging the status quo, and getting sued, quite frankly, for changing it up. As a surgeon, and it's changed a bit, the melanoma, so melanoma is a type of skin cancer, right? The recommendations for how much like normal skin you had to remove around melanoma was literally based on a study from 1938 with like 16 participants.
I did not know that.
For like 60 years.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
There are so many things in medicine that we just accept as dogma. And, there is factual based medicine is becoming more and more prevalent, no doubt. But a lot of things, when I was in training was like, well, that's the way it's always been. Like really?
No one was challenging it.
No one was challenging it.
No one was challenging it.
And things are changing, which is great.
Yes. And I love whoever these lovely physicians are that turned around and started challenging this.
My name is Heather Robertson. I'm from Ponchatoula, Louisiana. I just recently turned 52, and I just didn't want to look like I turned 52. I have daughter-in-laws, I have daughters. We all go to the beach, and I just felt so uncomfortable, like in my bathing suit, because I had so much loose skin. Dr. Hogan and I talked about it. We did an arm lift on both of my arms. I'm so happy with the results. Don't hesitate. Step in and go for it, and just be a new you.
My name is Amber. I'm from Denham Springs, Louisiana, and I'm currently on semaglutide. I started my weight loss journey a few years prior and just kind of struggled with getting to like that final weight loss goal. I decided to get on semaglutide because I was really working towards like those last 20 pounds. Working with Rejuvime is so simple. When you really have that person that's like in your corner, like they're cheering you on, they want to see you hit those goals. I feel like I'm healthier, I'm at that wonderful weight. I just feel really confident, feel comfortable in my skin.
But let's do this.
Fantastic.
So some of our audience may not even know what female hormone replacement is, right, Ebony?
Yeah, I want to take it back to
let's bring it back.
basics. What are we talking about?
Yeah, what do we explain us, Ebony? Like in your mind, how do you treat these ladies? What are they coming in for? How are you treating them?
Right. So menopausal hormone therapy is replacement of basically the women's hormones that decline as we age, specifically progesterone and estrogen. A lot of times patients come in with the symptoms, hot flashes, night sweats, moodiness, irritability, insomnia. They just can't sleep, brain fog, poor cognition, overall just mood decline, right? So we take a step back, kind of look at what their labs are looking like and those symptoms, and then we just replace what was declining over time to get them back to feeling better, a better quality of life. And go from there.
Talk to us about what are the different types of medications? How, like pellets versus pills versus injectables, creams, things like that.
Yeah, that's a great part compared to today, compared to now. When they had the study back 20 years ago, it was very limited, not a lot of formulations, and obviously not a lot of the medications that we're using today. So today it's more bioidentical hormones, so something that's very similar, identical to what your body's already producing. So it's not anything that's new or foreign, variations of different routes. So pellets, patches, creams, oral forms. So it can be customized to that individual patient. Because, it's not one size fits all. It's going to be a different journey for everybody. Right. So that's the great part about it. It can be as individualized as we need it to be, and make adjustments along the way. Because it's going to change. It's a journey. It's not going to be a one-stop fix.
Right. Being in this industry, tell us about what was this quote unquote black box warning telling people? We're talking in generics saying, oh, the FDA was saying it was dangerous, but tell me what that meant to you as somebody in the trenches every day that was trying to prescribe this stuff with a black box warning on it.
So it was a fight for sure, because a black box warning is, that's heavy on a medication. You're basically saying that this is something that's not going to benefit the patient and that the risk outweigh the benefit.
Right.
So as a provider, that was hard to kind of combat that, especially with they're seeing other providers and they're upholding that black box warning. But the bad part was the study that it was based off of was not the population that we're seeing every day in the office.
Correct.
Those women were, over 10 years past menopause and not the ideal population to start hormone replacement in anyway.
Right.
And then the medications weren't the same. So it was hard trying to explain to them, this is not the same things that we're using that was used in the studies. You're not the same type of patient that was utilized in the studies. Therefore, the risks are going to be different.
Right. And these women were being told that it's going to cause breast cancer in you, right? It's going to cause a blood clot. It's going to cause a complication that is unnecessary, which is crazy. I would have women come in all the time that would be like, especially when I was doing breast reconstruction cancer surgeries that were like, well, is there a family history? And they'd be like, well, my aunt, well, she was on hormone replacement.
Yeah.
She had cancer.
And so that's a really good point. I know we were talking to one of the OBs, OBs and oncologists and stuff like that. They were like, it's not going to cause it. Yes, if you have an estrogen eating cancer, yes.
Yeah.
Not great.
Right.
And it's like, okay, but it's like people didn't know how to differentiate that.
No.
They didn't know how to say, oh, okay, but it's not going to cause. And so that was really hard for that conversation to have with patients, because that was the number one thing, well, is this going to cause cancer? It's the number one question I know we got in the beginning. Is it going to cause cancer? And it's like, okay,
no, it's not. Well, the FDA tells me it is.
And you don't have a new study to argue it, which is the hardest part. And it's like, no matter that those studies were done on the inappropriate subjects, if you will, and that it was done many, many moons ago, that was all they had to.
But with it not being bioidentical, and
there's so many.
Well, there were so many things wrong with that study. The data was interpreted improperly. With a lot of medical studies, unfortunately, they could be interpreted the way you want them to be interpreted too. And so, but if the FDA took a step back, they reevaluated the patient population, like Ebony said, they reevaluated the way it was done, and they said, oh, the findings are really not conclusive to what was released.
Yeah.
And, I think there will be, I'm not, see in the future, I'm sure much more concrete evidence in support as the black box being removed. There will be a lot more evidence of how helpful that hormone replacement is in a female. I mean, just right off the bat is hot flashes.
Yeah.
Well, those will, that improvement there.
Well, and nobody talks about the risk benefits or the lack of hormones.
Yeah.
Well, that's my point.
Osteoporosis, heart health. I mean,
but that's what we're saying.
Yeah,
we've made so many medications for individuals to take that you're just treating the symptom of something that you could have stopped. From progressing.
And the poor part of all this is, this is going to go a little off topic, but so we're in the majority of people these days are living well past 50, right? If you go back into 1960 and you look at your sitcoms, the 55-year-old female was the old hag, which is crazy, right? You go back to Mrs. Roper on Three's Company. Mrs. Roper was 52.
Stop showing your age.
That's what I'm like. That's he's 52 now. He's like, I don't look like Miss Roper.
But but it really is a shame because menopause happens in your early 50s and andropause for men, and societally we are set up for things. One, we're having babies at an older age. Okay. Two, our life expectancy has far exceeded from the 50s and 60s, right? A lot of that's just to stop smoking. Thirdly, most of us are working very hard developing our career, kids, and then we look to our mid 50s to hey, I'm going to go to all those Michelin star restaurants and travel,
so fat.
right? When I hit my 55s, right?
Yeah. I'm going to live.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And women were being told, no. This is the downfall. This is your downslope, right?
And accept it.
And it was accepted.
And that's what it was. You can't
accepted.
say anything about it. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. And no, you can't engage in intimacy with your partner. No, that's not to be. He may run around on you. You're just the old hag, and he can get all the ED meds and all the testosterone he wants, but you don't get any estrogen.
Just with the dry vagina.
Yeah, the dry vagina. And so I think this is to me this is this is groundbreaking, earth-shattering, and says, hey, okay, so now not only can we give men the testosterone and they can get the ED meds in their 50s and 60s and 70s, but hey, you also get to play in the game. So you also get to maintain heart health, vaginal health, good bone density, good muscle mass. When you work out, you'll see some results. You're not going to fracture and break your hip at 63 because you've got osteoporosis.
From cutting a rug.
Right? And it's huge. It really is.
Yep.
And on that, so one of the biggest compliments I feel like my nurse practitioners receive, they love it because they mention it all the time, is they always say when you hear couples, because we'll see a lot of couples.
Yes.
And when you hear the couples say that hormone replacement therapy in general saved our marriage.
Yeah.
And it's it's one of the biggest things that you're sitting here thinking about. You're like, oh my gosh, something like just this.
Yeah.
Somebody take the time, listen to what's actually going on with this individual, correcting what's going on with the individual, and they have a brand new life, a new marriage with their partner. And it's that's insane. And that is what an entire generation of women were robbed of.
Right.
They didn't get that opportunity to live that second life. And now with this, with the FDA, turning all of this around, one of my biggest concerns, obviously with knowing the benefits and all this kind of stuff, how do we get women to re-engage with this? How do we get women to, give it a second look? How do we, because once again, you've been beaten down by all of this, information for so long. It's getting out there and just no, you don't have to. You can still come in.
I mean, I think once you have a bigger cohort with newer studies and the trust factor, you trust that the process and everything is safe. I don't think it's going to be as hard as you think. I think it's going to be hard for traditional physicians.
Absolutely.
To quickly accept it. I really do. I think that is going to be the only stop, the only hurdle, because I think females is, I've been in this industry for a very long time. And like me personally, I know tons about hormones. Me personally, it makes me feel better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know it's good and healthy, but like even it makes me feel better.
It makes
somebody
you feel,
who doesn't know,
Yeah.
Well,
it also concerns me about, one of my other big concerns about this, and I know this is probably not on the same topic, but it's like your GPs prescribing it now. I'm like, whoa. Like it's a process.
Okay.
Like,
yes. And this is not, it also cannot be taken lightly and has to be very, very specialized because like we said, there's tons of factors, tons of modalities.
It's one of those things, just because it's okay now doesn't mean that you can go get Botox from the Circle K.
Right.
Like, you need to make sure that it's somebody who is familiar, who is up to date with all the studies, who does understand what type of journey is associated with this type of replacement. Go find an Ebony.
Right. Go find. I think the first step is to sort of what's going on is to validate what we knew to be true to the general public and to other physicians. And say, hey, people, the doctor at Rejuvime is not crazy. These
we're a little crazy,
but we're not crazy, right?
We're not crazy.
Ebony over there is not crazy. Ebony knows what she's talking about. So I think that's always the first step. So like, hey, Botox is good. Okay. And so to equivalent to like, hey, all right. So two, it gives people, okay, there's going to be hopefully a lot more people seeking this because they've been told it's safe and good. Now, it's like anything else. You have to be able to utilize all the tools that Ebony talked about, all the different types of hormone option replacements because everybody's so different.
It's not a one size fits all.
We can't forget about our testosterone for ladies, right? We can't forget about how much that adds to the overall well-being. You need to replace all hormones, not just one. There certainly are women that may bow out of testosterone and just want the estrogens. But you need to go somebody that lives and breathes this on a daily basis, knows all the different factors, isn't just saying, oh, okay, I gave everybody the same amount, rubber stamp everybody. Because
everybody gets 1 milligram of estrogen.
One in one.
I think Rejuvime is going to be more respected. And I think that GPs, going back to what you said, don't have the time. They are dealing with, other disease. This is a very time consuming thing. So I think your referral sources will improve and you will be more, respected by them.
And and Ebony can speak to this. This is it's tedious. It's very fine tuned. It's very, Ebony, you're having patients come in with these complaints and like we said, especially the patients that are going through perimenopause that are up and down, and we're not at a consistent, like, oh, I don't have any hormones. We got some here, not so much over there sometimes. And it is a journey that you have with these women that are coming in and seeking help. How do you kind of, when a patient comes in that's like, hey, I know like this, they kind of got some warnings around it, like, but I'm really interested in it. How do you talk to them about what it's going to take, what that journey is going to be like for them?
Yeah, so they come in very worried a lot of the times about that because of the warnings and just the stories that they hear from around, but just comforting them, letting them know that, hey, what you're experiencing is real. Like, validate, you're not going crazy. This is really happening to you. These symptoms are real, but there's a solution to it. And, it is going to be a journey. And like you said, with everything, some days are going to be good. Some days those hormones are going to be kind of on a roller coaster ride, but it's going to take that specialized look at the labs, like the overall comprehensive lab work, to see where that patient is, what's their goals, what are they struggling with, and letting them know that, hey, there is a solution for this. And here at Rejuvime, we've been doing the hormone optimization for a while. And so we have what it takes to look at those labs and to let those patients know that, you don't have to suffer in that. There's options for it and that we can help them out along that way.
And I have a funny little tidbit story. So Wednesday morning, I forgot we were even doing the podcast. So yesterday morning, I had a Bible study at my house at 7 a.m. It's probably 7 girls, and one of the...
Tell you're a man. How do you do this?
One of the ladies
what is happening?
has been in a rut. And we've been praying for her. Yeah. And she's like, I just want to offer a prayer of thanksgiving to thank Jesus for a little bit of estrogen. She's like, it has saved my life. I thought I was losing my mind. And it is perimenopause. And thank you, Jesus, for estrogen, because truly it has saved her.
Your prayer group has moved the FDA.
No, I'm telling you. It literally happened yesterday morning.
Taylor, I have some prayer requests. No, that's hilarious.
Thank you for estrogen.
I know, like, that is hilarious. But see, that's why I feel like it's so monumental for all these women.
Truly.
They're just like,
I got one
it's
other
a
question,
sign
Taylor.
from God.
How do you have a Bible study at 7 a.m.?
7.
You
What
have
do you
4
drop the
children
kids?
and a husband.
They get off on the bus at 7:00 in my front yard. So that's easy.
You'll have it in the front? Where do you?
Yeah, it literally picks them up and
Really?
on my street in the front of the house. And they had to leave at 7:45 because I had to be in clinic for 8:30.
These ladies all come over at 7?
They all live in my neighborhood.
Okay.
And they come to your home from 7
Well,
to
we all
7:40.
rotate.
Wait.
amazing.
No, that's not even the point of this. That's not even the point of the question that I was asking. So from 7 to 7:45, and you're like, sorry,
but
girls,
I told him,
I
I'm
gotta
like,
peace out.
you
I
gotta
gotta
get
go
out. I
inject
gotta
at
get to
8.
clinic.
Taylor
I have to go
let me
do
tell
the
you something.
Lord's work
She'll
at
be in
8.
the middle of a conversation. She'd be like, I got to stay on schedule.
Yeah, gotta go. And they know that and appreciate it.
You may be, Taylor, the most efficient person
Estrogen.
I've ever met in my entire life. That's
Just
amazing.
imagine what you could do on estrogen.
I know. I need it. I'm on. Okay, done. Ebony, let's talk.
I'm like, Taylor has needed.
But no,
to-
that's a great. I think that's
No,
a wonderful
truly,
thing.
it
No,
is.
I mean, that's
my age
it.
group. We
Yeah.
are all perimenopausal,
Yep.
and half of us are losing our freaking minds.
Yep.
And it is. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean,
it's life changing. You know.
Well, that's what I mean. We talk. I mean, once again, we talk about the group text. We talk about, and just being able to, like, all these group texts. Ebony, I know you get, questions from friends and family and everything. One of our other nurse practitioners, Rosalind, had posted something on her social media regarding the FDA black box warning, and I had talked to her that afternoon after she had posted it, and she was like, "I've already gotten so many people asking me questions about this," and it's like. Everybody's curious.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to know. Everybody has been almost reluctant to bring it up because of the negative stigma that it's got around it. But it's like something just as little as this. Y'all are in.
Yeah.
You're in
Truly.
Bible study.
I'm gonna ask you a couple of myths, Ebony, that I want you to bust.
Debunk.
Okay.
All right.
myth
So the
debunking.
first myth: you should only be on hormones short term, like 6 months, to get you over the menopausal hump. Bust that myth.
Definitely a myth. Should be utilized long term and, of course, under proper supervision and with right guidelines. But that was part of the old study that it was lowest dose, shortest term possible.
Right.
But I mean, it's definitely safe, and women can stay on hormone therapy long term with proper monitoring, regular labs, breast cancer screenings, everything like that, and changing your dose if you need to along the way as well. So definitely safe and very beneficial.
Let me bust this other myth for me. Only old ladies.
The mamas.
Only old ladies need hormone therapy.
No, absolutely not. I need hormone. So perimenopause, most women can start experiencing symptoms like in their 30s to 40s. I was actually on a flight the other day, and me and my flight attendant were talking about hormone replacement therapy, and she's like, "You do not look old enough to need hormones." And I'm like, "Yes, honey, I do." But that conversation, but it was just she was
Ebony,
like,
I didn't say it. Little do y'all know. Ebony just celebrated her 62nd birthday.
Right. But so it's a big misconception. But the fact is, like, you don't have to wait till it gets to that stage of it's super severe and now you're struggling every day. You can take advantage of it ahead of time and get control of those symptoms.
Okay. Let's bust this other myth. My personal doctor told me hormones weren't safe and may cause cancer.
Well, they were probably following those old guidelines, which is why, the whole thing about the black box warning being lifted, recent studies and research has shown that that's not true. So, I mean, technically your doctor was listening to the evidence that they had at the time, but with research and over time, we've gained a lot of knowledge to show that that's not true and that it's very safe and effective.
I know the last myth that you have here, the FDA wouldn't remove the warning without strong evidence. which of course we know, obviously they wouldn't remove it. But that's the other thing. I'm like, the FDA didn't just change it because there was a whole bunch of women bitching.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, as much like news and everything that has been around this, I feel like it has been, once again, the Queen Halle Berry. Like, I keep going back to her, but like, she was one of the pioneer women that started this conversation around menopause and hormone replacement therapy. And but it's like, they're not just changing it because
it's the buzz,
because
people
it's
were
the thing,
right? Or it's hot on Instagram.
It's hot on the Insta. Therefore,
TikTokers are talking about it.
Therefore, then
the console behind the console is we've been pushing it. We're getting big now.
We're getting
console
big now.
before the cut. People are making noise.
They can, we making all the noise, especially about this. But it's like this is not just changed just because we're changing it. This is hard evidence behind why they're changing it. It is a hard look. Like you said, science is moving every single day. The advancement of science, hormone replacement therapy, and everything along with it is getting better and better every day. And now being able to have these, people that's like, all right, let's get these better studies with the appropriate people and all that kind of stuff. It's just so exciting. It's so exciting.
So I feel like a lot of people, females, after even males, but after this listening to this podcast, are going to have more questions, become more curious, which is obviously, what we love. How do they go about? What do they do first?
Yeah. What do you recommend, Ebony?
So definitely go in and have a conversation with a provider who specializes in hormone replacement therapy. Because now that the black box warning is removed, I think it eliminates some of that fear and not just excluding yourself out because of a family history or worries. Like, sit down and, hey, here's my story. Here's my family history. Here's what my everyday life looks like. Am I a candidate? And what would those risks look like for me? What's a good regimen for me?
And do you draw those labs at your initial consultation? Do you come back? Do you do that before you meet?
Yeah. So we get initial labs drawn prior to meeting with the provider, and it's comprehensive. We check everything, not just hormones. We check thyroid, kidney, liver, cholesterol, full panel. And then you come in, sit down, chat with the provider. We talk about your symptoms, what your struggle is. Every person's experience is going to be different, and get a better picture for us as a provider to help understand your story better. Then we go over the labs in detail. We go over expectations as far as what each piece is going to look like and give that patient a clear understanding of what those numbers mean to them. And then we go ahead and start tailoring a individualized treatment plan for that patient based on their symptoms, their labs, and their overall health picture, including their family history. And then we tailor the doses accordingly to that specific patient. And from there, we do monitor labs regularly. We monitor screenings regularly, and we check in with our patients. It's not just, okay, here's these hormones. Right. Good luck. Exactly. Good luck. So we follow up very closely with our patients.
Bust this myth for me. So my myth is I'm going to go in, I'm going to see Ebony. Ebony's going to write me for a magic pill. 6 weeks, everything is going to be perfect, and we're never going to see each other again. Bust that myth.
I wish. I wish it was that easy, right. But unfortunately, it's going to be a journey. Right. Most patients, they will start to experience some symptom relief around that 6 to 8 week mark, but you're going to have some days to where it's like, gosh, I don't know what's going on, and that's just part of that hormone fluctuation during perimenopause. There's going to take tweaks and adjustments along the way, but it's definitely still going to be a life-changing experience for that patient.
Yeah. And don't get discouraged. No. Sometimes I know that's, when you hear like, oh, it's going to be good. And it's going to be like, meh. Yeah. But just like understanding like why it's going to be meh.
Well, and we need to go back and double check it. I think it takes a long time to get to where you were. Yeah. And it takes that same time for you to re-regulate.
While you're trying to figure out where your roller coaster is at that time.
It's a little bit like committing to getting in shape a little bit too,
Truly,
right?
like
you
working
just can't
out.
Like my son is a great example. So we were working out for a while, and he comes, he's like, I don't want to do it anymore. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, somebody told me that like you have to work out for at least 3 months to see any results. I'm like, oh yeah, like it doesn't happen.
And you can't stop after 3 months either. Like once I get to that 3 months,
but you know, the mind of a 14-year-old
Right.
boy is that right? Like we've got to be better than a 14-year-old boy's mind.
Truly, yeah. It takes some time,
Right?
but
Takes
it will be
commitment,
worth the journey. For
and you have
sure.
to maintain it.
Yeah.
I feel
But
like
it's
a
worth
lot
it.
of women will take this as an opportunity to take care of themselves
I hope.
as well.
I hope. I think.
I really hope so because this is the situation where the grass is greener on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
You know?
it's almost like all through history. Like I think the most or the least recognizable class is going to be is your postmenopausal women have been the most forgotten.
Yeah.
You know,
Truly.
and the 20s, the 30s, and 40 years old with the Kardashians have all had they've had their moment in the sun. And like I love that like the mama's getting the praise for the appearance and the facelift and having her little, besides being the crazy mom picture, getting a little bit of the love for looking really good.
My granny.
I love that.
My granny.
Great.
Well, I think of like my granny, like she came through like the whole time where this was like a hard pass.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm like, that grumpy old wench.
Yeah.
Like, just imagine how. I love my grandmother. She's my most.
No, but you're right.
But you're right. Think about how
most
different
favorite individual in the whole entire world.
your outlook is.
I know.
And no, it's monumental. It's going to take years for this to sort of go away. This stigma of hormone replacement.
I feel like
females.
you like you pride yourself. Like I don't take anything.
Right.
Like okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna live my life and take all the things.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
This is just a monumental shift, and
It's
it's
huge.
amazing to be a part of and
It's just-
see it.
yeah,
I know.
it's just another.
to be in it, for
Yeah.
it to be our
Yeah.
industry, for
Truly.
us to be a part of it, to have, our 17 amazing nurse practitioners
Mm-hmm.
that live and breathe this every day. And now, like, it's justified,
Yep.
Yeah.
like, to the general public. And I just think that's so fun to be a part of. We're not crazy, Ebony. We are doing the Lord's work.
Taylor's prayers
doing.
are answered.
Per Taylor's Bible study group, we are doing the Lord's
That's
work.
right.
I love it.
love that. Well, I mean,
So
Ebony, this is great. Continue.
Thank
and
you for
continue
coming
on,
doing the
Ebony.
Lord's work.
Thank you for taking time out of your busy day. Appreciate
Yes,
it.
of all that hormone therapy replacement treatment that you're doing over in the beautiful city of Lake Charles. But no, thank you so much, Ebony, for being on here, giving us your 2 cents about this. This is a huge monumental shift event in history. This is fantastic. So thank you for continuing to give the ladies some love, and they don't have to end that, have that second life.
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
It could be a good part of the second life.
I know.
I know. I'm
Celebrate.
like, Grace, this is where you cue in the celebrate good times.
Yeah, we need
music.
some music.
I know.
Come on.
All of it.
Give me a little cooler gang going. Look at Mardi Gras.
Well, thank y'all so much for joining us today. Thank y'all for being a part of this monumental change as well. Remember to like, subscribe, follow us on all the
Subscribe below.
platforms. Make sure you listen to us on Spotify, Amazon, wherever you get your
YouTube.
podcast,
Yep.
YouTube. Follow us on social. We got some pretty funny clips, as we found out earlier this week, on there. Follow us on social media. Do the things. We are here for it, and we are so happy that y'all are along on this journey with us. Remember to always stay curious, always stay informed, and always consult before you cut. We'll see you guys next week.